G'day guys, DM Philosopher here, match the name. Just going to go for my latest pack here. What we've got is we've got the fourth part in a Volcano series of maps. There are 5 parts to the overall map series. So this is the Volcano tunnels. So this is inside the mountain itself. Part 3 was the entranceway to the tunnels, and part 5 is actually the crater itself, or where you emerge from the tunnels as such. So this is the fourth part. Let's jump right in and have a look at the map. So we have got basically a ravine or a tunnel that runs through the map like this. This is lower ground, and then you've got higher ground with these sort of grate or mesh bridges that sort of go over this lower ground. And you can see that this tunnel kind of wraps its way around the map as such. It goes all over the place. But that is higher ground. This is higher ground. The big tunnel is lower ground. So this is the basic gridded map. This is the unerupted state. Technically this could be any mountainous terrain. It doesn't have to be, or it could be any tunnels. It doesn't have to be a volcano for this particular map, but it's a place to start, and the second and third versions make sense when it's a volcano. So this is the gridless map. We've got the daytime or the nighttime gridded map, and then the nighttime gridless map, and then we jump into the second version of the map. So obviously it's the same map, but it's got a state of eruption happening, and you've got lava sort of trickling down into various pools, both on the lower ground and the higher ground. So obviously there's still a way through, but you can throw in it, make it extra challenging by putting in creatures, maybe fire resistant or immune creatures, just to up the ante. Have the creatures push the players around and into lava pools and something like that, just to really screw with them. But anyway, that is the tunnels with a minor state of eruption. We have got that in the gridless map, the nighttime gridded map, and the nighttime gridless map. Looks quite funky in the nighttime maps because you got this eerie glow as such. The third state of the map you can see is much more problematic. The entire lower ground here is covered in lava. So maybe the players came via this way first and they've got to return through this other way. However, you can see that there are 2 bridges that are out. So this one and this one are completely out. You also have the higher ground being blocked for a small portion here, and only semi-blocked here. So you've definitely got still a challenge on your hands if you're a player character working your way through this map. This is the basic gridded map. We've got the gridless map, the nighttime gridded map, and the nighttime gridless map. So that is the 3 versions of the maps, with the 4 versions of each version, if that makes sense. So we've got the point of view shot. So we're running through the lower ground first off. You can see the higher ground bridges there as you come through. I mean, as a DM, you can rule that no, you can't see that bridge doesn't exist, and then run the upper ground as a sort of a second part of the map, just so you've got the going to and the return as 2 separate maps. That's really up to the DM. I kind of like having varying levels of heights and something like that with my encounters, just to keep the players on their toes. So that's the basic ravine. You can see the higher ground. It's steep. It's vertical on both sides. Now we've got the higher grounds. We can see the bridges. You can see that the bridges are looking over the lower ground, and you kind of work your way through. This one sort of shows that you can see another bridge from that vantage point. This is midway across one of the bridges. You can see the other bridge. It might be useful for characters that have got big jump ranges or something like that. And then you come through for the final part of the trip. Got the same shots from the same vantage points with the nighttime filter over it, so you can run this encounter at day or night. I don't really know why. I suppose when you say daytime during a tunnel encounter, what you're really talking about is you got full visibility. Everything's quite clear. The nighttime map is just dimmer and darker and some of that. So if you're playing on VTT and you've got dynamic lighting, then you probably have the full light version going, because it takes care of the dimness. But if you don't have dynamic lighting and you just got sort of just a radius of light around you, then you might run it in the darker setting, just so that there's still that sort of ambiguity towards the periphery of your viewing angles as such. So anyway, that's the nighttime of version 1 of the map. Version 2 with the semi-state of eruptions. Got a few extra point of view shots just to show the lava sort of cooling and so on, and then the same at nighttime. And then we've got version 3 of the map. So we've got full eruption, river of lava flying underneath, broken bridges and the like. So you can see the state of the bridges quite easily with these point of view shots. Not too many point of view shots, you kind of get the gist of it really. And you can throw these in with maybe the other ravine shots just so you get a sense of what this looks like. But yes, dangerous stuff indeed. And then the same shots, same angles as the daytime shots, but with a nighttime filter. So that is the Volcano Part 4. The tunnels, the Volcano tunnels map pack. So that ties in nicely with obviously the rest of the series, but you don't have to buy the rest of the series. You could just run with the tunnels if you want. You don't have to make it a volcano if you just want to use the first version of the map. Actually, the map pack ties in quite nicely. There's a couple of maps in the mountains pack that have a bit of lava in there, and there's also the ruined throne room also has some volcanic looking activity there as well. So it can tie in with some of the other maps that I offer. But the Volcano series, Part 4. This can be found on RPG Now, and I'll post a link for it underneath my YouTube clip. But otherwise, I hope this enriches your gaming experience. I hope it gives you the confidence to run a Volcano experience that's more detailed than just a single map. This is really a journey because it's a series of maps, and they're all thematically linked, so that there's a changing environment that you can operate. They could heat up before it erupts, it could erupt sort of halfway through, or when they defeat the bad guy in Part 5, the crater map, and then they've got to make their escape through an erupting volcano just for the drama of it. So that's Part 4 anyway. So happy gaming, people.